Hello, today I will compare two old VCRs that have a similar mechanism. So here are the old VCRs. So I will show you the front of the first VCR. This VCR is a Toshiba Z-2006C. So I will show you the model number behind. Where it is written here, model Z-2006C. And let's see the other one. It's a JVC HR-D142U. I know it is from 1985 because there is a sticker on the loading motor inside that shows the date. So I will show you the VCRs. You see that at the time there were all these buttons to program the clock and to program a recording. There were all these buttons on the front on the old VCRs, and same thing for the JVC. You can see this, and you can see that on all the mid-80s JVC VCRs, there were a button like this. So I know that on some models this panel is here. It is removable and becomes a remote. So I've seen this in a video of Nintenloup Wolf. He is a Quebecer YouTuber that makes videos of all the computers and some VHS VCRs. So I've seen it in his video, and you can see how the buttons were made. So it is not like more recent VCRs like this. You see this one, it is plastic buttons like this, and here you can see how they are made. This VCR has a tuner like this for the channels. There is a screwdriver, but I've never used this, and I put a tape here so that it stays. And the same thing for the Toshiba VCR, but they are just some other buttons. But they are there is a trap here on the top. There is a little door, so you see that it's HQ. The VHS HQ. So now I will remove the top covers. Now the top covers are removed. You can see, and here you can see on this JVC there is a circuit board that is on top of the mechanism, but fortunately it can be raised up and we can see the mechanism in action. So that's pretty cool. As you can see, there are two clips here and here that holds the circuit board, but there are also two screws here and here, but we have removed them once, and so now I didn't put them back because there are clips. So now I will just place the camera here, and I will raise the circuit board. It doesn't stay there like the HR-D142U, but I just put this here so it will stay raised. So you can see the mechanism. It is pretty interesting. And here on the Toshiba, there are four screws that hold the metal cover over the heads, the mechanism, and here there is a screw missing because I have already removed this, and this screw fell somewhere in the mechanism in the VCR, and I have not found it again. I have not found it again. So I don't know where they are. They're probably in the VCR, but when I check the VCR, I don't hear any noise, and it doesn't break the mechanism when the mechanism it works. So I don't know where this screw is, but now I will remove this metal part, which I don't really know why it is there. What is the purpose of this? But I will remove it. It is unscrewed, and it is very easy to remove. Just unscrewing the screws, and you can take it off. And the screws they will not fall if you hold it with your hand while unscrewing. But you can see here aluminium metal cover. So now you can see the mechanism. You can see that they have the JVC and this one have basically the same mechanism, but they have a difference. They don't have the same carriage. As you can see, this one is different. You can see they have separated motors. There is the ejecting motor and the main loading motor, and here there is the capstan motor, and yeah, there is a motor here, and here same thing, but there is a normal capstan motor with a belt that drives the idler, which is pretty good, which is still good, the belt. And here we have the loading motor, the cassette loading motor. It is as you can see, it is placed vertically and facing up, which is special. It's only in JVC VCRs that we have a motor like this, and there is a lot of grease on the grease in on the motor, the worm gear of the motor. And so now let's try to insert a cassette. So I will plug this in my power bar. You can see the Toshiba VCR is particular. It has a brown power cord, as you can see, and it has a gray and brown cover also, and it has a brown power cord. Let's insert the cassette. You will hear the motor is very noisy. It is extremely noisy, this motor. It's working good. Let me turn on my TV. I will choose the input of the VCR. Oh! Yeah, on old VCRs we have snow and a storm noise on the TV while there is not the TV plugged. You can see that yeah, the heads are worn out. It's not very good, as you can see. Yeah, this is unfortunate. We have the VCR is worn out, the heads, but we still can recognize the game. But it's very not good. We have lines and not tracking, and it's not really tracking well. So now there is the normal tracking, and if I decrease a little bit the tracking, now it is slightly better. But yeah, it has an interesting mechanism. It is extremely noisy. I don't know if it's normal or not, but Nintenloup Wolf, the Quebecer YouTuber, as I talked about, he also has a Toshiba VCR like this. So here there is the capstan motor, and this motor it's driving a belt under that drive a flywheel, and then of the capstan motor, and this motor only drives the capstan, but it does not drive the idler. There is a separated motor under for the idler, so it's very special. There is a motor like this, a normal motor for the capstan, and it does not drive the idler, so this is particular. So I will just mute the TV. Now I will insert a tape in the JVC HR-D142U. You can see it's pretty much the same mechanism with this motor that drives a belt and then a cam gear under. This mechanism is working well. I will show you if it works good after. So now I will show you this motor here. This is interesting. It's driving 2 gears. You can see the tape. It's special. It goes forward, up and down. I don't know why they did it like this, but it goes forward, up and down, as you can see on this on the shape here. Now let's try to fast forward. It is not fast, but it is not slow for a VCR of this time. Now let's see the rewinding speed of this VCR. It is a little bit slower than the JVC, but yeah, as I said, the JVC it is not that slow for a VCR of this time. But this one, it is an average speed for a VCR of this time. And you can hear the motor, the idler motor is doing some noise. It's turning the same way as the JVC. Motor does the same thing. The cam gear is basically the same. Mario Kart Double Dash. Really don't know why it is that noisy. But yeah, we have an interesting mechanism here in this motor. So now I will just close up the VCR with the cover, and I will plug the JVC on the TV. Let's see if the quality is good. The picture is shaking. Even if I do the tracking, it doesn't do anything. I cannot raise this circuit board very high because behind there is RCA cables that just touching the plastic. So when I raise this doesn't do anything to the quality, because the other day I played with my JVC HR-D142U, and when the circuit board was raised here, there was no shaking picture problem, but when the VCR was when the top cover was on, the picture was shaking. So now goodbye, and after this, now I will show you some things that I have just seen on my VCRs. So goodbye. Apparently, you can just unscrew these a little bit and slide it and remove it. You can see this. Oh, another thing. I've noticed that you can push the cassette, and while it is inserting, you can press eject. Very funny. Ah, I just put this back, and the image looks good now. That's very cool. The picture looks good, and because I've put this back, that's nice.